Of former Greenville County Councilman Tony Trout may be going back to jail.
He had until this afternoon to decide if he will plead guilty to a charge of interfering with a grand jury.
News 4's Nigel Robertson joins us now. Nigel, what was Tony Trout's plea?
Not guilty. Former Greenville County Councilman Tony Trout says he is not guilty of interfering with a grand jury. Now, the state attorney general, according to Trout, offered him 6 months of jail time if he would admit to breaking the law. But just hours ago, Trout said no. Tony Trout was convicted in April of 2009 of using spyware to access the county administrator's email and publicizing the information he got. For that charge, Trout was sentenced to 1 year and 1 day in a West Virginia federal prison. Now to the charge of interfering with the grand jury. Trout appeared before that grand jury back on September 26, 2007. The grand jury was investigating claims of misuse of funds within the county's road program. There were reports that Trout was having communication with grand jury members. Now, Trout says he doesn't know what the state thinks he did wrong. Today, he says, sat down exclusively with me. He says, fighting back tears, that the state never told him that he was doing anything wrong and that he's now facing possibly a charge of misconduct in office.
If I don't play ball and I don't roll over and say, okay, I did something, then that's what they're going to do to me. And that's not right. It's not. And I'm not going to plead to nothing. I'm not. You know, I look back at, in the past, what I did, I felt was right. I might have went wrong, or I might had went about it the wrong way. And I accept that. And I did my time for that.
Tony Trout and his attorney Ken Gibson say they are going to fight the charges against him. If convicted of interfering with a grand jury, Tony Trout faces a possible jail sentence of 10 years.